Greetings and welcome. It is the first day of December, and outside my office window, there's snow on the ground, so that's nice. This is Keeping in Touch, one of the ways that we at Sylvania United Church of Christ stay connected with each other during the coronavirus pandemic. I'm Reverend Vern Sweat, and I'm joined by several members of our ministry team. I'd like to start by sharing some thank yous from this past weekend. I'd like to thank Luann and Bruce Glover, along with Lynn Ritzert, for decorating the sanctuary. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for that. It's helping me to get into the Christmas spirit. I want to thank the Strasser family for lighting the first candle on the Advent wreath. This season of Advent is a special time of year, and your lighting the candle helps us to get this season started right. Also, thank you to the Reverend Joycelyn Degner for joining me in worship and for preaching. It's a blessing to be in a congregation with so many wonderful and supportive clergy colleagues. Also, a few announcements for this coming weekend. The Russell family will light the second candle on the Advent wreath. It will be a communion Sunday, so a reminder to everyone to prepare to celebrate the sacrament of communion. And also at 4 o'clock, to help us all get into the Christmas spirit a little bit more, Rebecca will share a Christmas harp concert. I can promise you it'll be wonderful, and it will be a great way to begin the Christmas season, or to move forward more fully into the spirit of this time of year. So those are a few announcements. I'm now going to pass the baton to Kristen.
Thank you, Vern. So this holiday season, we are once again sponsoring Grace Community Center Christmas Families. It looks a little different this year in that we are not buying individual gifts and wrapping them and delivering them to the church. Instead, we are giving monetary donations and then passing those along to the families so that they can buy their own gifts. You can do that by following the link that was provided in the December newsletter that is under the Outreach tab. Also, you can feel free to email me and I will get you plugged in. But first, you sign up on our Sign Up Genius indicating you'd like to give a gift. Then you can write a check or make a payment online in order to provide that gift. Also, our poinsettias that will grace the sanctuary in late December will again support our food boxes going to Grace Community Center. Those are being fulfilled by Sauter's Food Market again this year, and then we will deliver those to Grace Community Center in mid-December. So if you'd like to buy a poinsettia, again, visit that Outreach tab in the December newsletter. There's a link there that you can sign up to sponsor poinsettia. Again, a check to the church or a gift online. Okay, also Sheila Banerjee has been hosting monthly, every other month, women's gatherings online through this year 2020, just to keep people connected following our women's retreat that was held in February. So she is wanting to get a planning team together so that a women's retreat can be planned in early 2021. It will be virtual, will not be held in person. So we are in need of people who have ideas and energy and technical ability, anyone who would like to be a part of gathering women for conversation and spiritual direction. It proves to be an exciting time. So please be in touch with me if you'd like to be on that planning committee. Thank you.
And now Mary has a few items to share with us.
Yes, some emails went out yesterday enclosing scripts to various children who have asked to be a part of the Christmas play. So if your child has asked and you have not received an email from me, please let me know and I will resend it or get it out to you. There'll be updates coming through email this week and on the Facebook page about costumes and Zoom meetings. So stay tuned for that. It's a new world doing this virtually, and so I'm sure we will have some trial and error going on here. But all that to say is that we will have it prepared for the Christmas Eve family service at 5:30 on Christmas Eve. We will also be, the church is also putting together a Blue Christmas service. That service is sponsored each year by the Mental Health Committee to help people who are struggling with loss and feelings of grief and other hard feelings during what otherwise appears to be a joyous time. This year, especially with all that is going on with COVID, we have all experienced losses, great and small. And so we invite you to be a part of that service. The service will be available on December 13th at 4 p.m. on our YouTube channel. If you would like to watch it with others at that time, we will have a Zoom link for you that's available through the church office so that we will actually play it through our Zoom meeting by sharing a screen, and that will give you a time to fellowship afterwards with people if you'd like to just be together with others for this service. You can also watch it on your own at a time that's convenient for you after that time. So we hope that you will find that service meaningful and will join in as you are able or led.
Thank you, Mary. I think the Blue Christmas service is always meaningful, but this year with the coronavirus, I think it's especially meaningful and would speak to anybody and everybody. So I hope people will take advantage of that wonderful opportunity. And I'm not sure if I have this right, but I think I saw the number 27 somewhere as it relates to the children's worship service on Christmas Eve. Was it 27 children had signed up to be a part of that?
Yes, that's correct. 27 children from many different families will be a part of the service along with a couple adults. So I think it will be exciting to see so many in our congregation as in person as possible via the internet. So
yeah, I can't wait for that. I'm starting to feel lonely here at the office. Joyce is wonderful company, but she's pretty much the only company. So I'm looking forward to just seeing the children and the families in that context. So thank you for helping with both of those, Mary. I would like to, this first day of December, as we move into Advent and Christmas, I'd like to, again, because I know you have seen these in many different places, but I would like to lift up our stewardship videos, the videos that focus on the theme, weaving a tapestry of love, caring for each other, our community, and our world. There are actually 4 different videos. The fourth and final one is kind of a culmination of the first 3. And that video is included with the email that you got for this Keeping in Touch video. I'd lift it up for 2 reasons. The first is because it shows, it tells the story. It shows what our pledging makes possible. And to me, seeing that is incredibly powerful. So I want to thank everyone who has pledged, because you help through your giving to make what we see in those videos happen. And also thank you to other people who may not have pledged yet, but who are planning to do so. Thank you to everyone who supports the amazing ministry that we have here at Sylvania United Church of Christ. the other reason I would lift up the stewardship videos, and all of them are wonderful. If you were only going to watch one, I think I would direct you to the final one because it kind of brings together highlights from the first three. But as I mentioned a minute ago, it definitely, this time of year, that for me being still relatively new here, I've been here for 3 months, but because of COVID, I have not seen in person nearly as many people as I would like to see. And I'm here in the church building. It's absolutely beautiful, especially the sanctuary that's decorated for the season. But it's not filled with you. It's not filled with the people, the children. So I would tell you that I watch different ones of the stewardship videos probably 3 or 4 times a week. Whenever I'm kind of feeling a little bit lonely or missing people or wishing that we were able to do everything that we're able to do when we are not limited by COVID-19, I watch those videos and they inspire me because they show me what has happened here in this church, not only in the church, out in the world. I don't want to forget the outreach videos, and they go to Grace Community Center and Habitat for Humanity and a lot of other places. So they remind me of everything that we have done, that we can do, we continue to do in some ways, albeit having adapted. But I think, one of the candles on the Advent wreath is the candle of hope. And watching the videos also for me is kind of a meditation, and it gives me hope because it's something that I can't tell you how much I look forward to. And now, there's even a little bit more hope because we have a lot of good news about vaccines. It's still months down the road, but at least it's on the horizon, and it's 6 months, 7, 8, 9 months, however long it takes. It's a lot more clear for me than just wishful thinking. We can't wait for the day when those vaccines come. So I watch those videos, and it's just something to hold on to. And I say to myself, do the best I can, do the best we can, do what we can to make it through the next months until we get to that place where we can be back together in the church, out in the world, and doing all the just absolutely wonderful, meaningful, important ministries that we see in those videos, coming together and having the fun and fellowship that we see. I'm seeing the choirs. There's a picture. I'm sure it's Lori directing the choir and Sally playing and a full choir. An incredible source of hope. So even if you have already watched those videos, I would invite you to watch them again whenever you're longing to be back together and to be here in church. Take a look and know that in the not too distant future, that is where we will be. Those are the things that we'll be doing, and just feel the thanks, the gratitude, and the hope. I hope you feel that as much as I do. So I just shared that thought with you. In closing, I would like to read just a short paragraph written by Brian McLaren, and it's about Advent. He writes, politicians compete for the highest offices. Business tycoons scramble for a bigger and bigger piece of the pie. Armies march and scientists study, and philosophers philosophize, and preachers preach, and laborers sweat. But in that silent baby, lying in that humble manger, there pulses more potential power more potential power and wisdom and grace and aliveness than all of the rest of us can imagine. Again, source of inspiration and hope. Let me lead us in a closing prayer. Gracious and loving God, as we begin this season of Advent and move toward Christmas, as we continue to be in this time of pandemic, but moving forward, moving through it, knowing there are several difficult months ahead, but with the hope of a vaccine on the horizon. As we are in the midst of all of this, we pray for our church, our state, our country, and our world, that we would, like the baby in the manger, reflect that incredible power that you, not that we have, but that you provide the world. And when we are at our best, we are vessels of. So God, be with us all as we move forward into the rest of this week and the Advent season ahead. We ask all this in the name of the baby Jesus, the Prince of Peace. Amen.